All right, welcome to the Dave Knows Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the one, the only, David Lee. And what is up? Oh, there we go. Yeah, El Double microphones. All right. Let's see how this comes in. All right, everything's getting settled. Okay, hey, welcome to the chat. One thumbs up already, 2 watching. I love it. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are great. All right, so welcome. Hey, Amy Moore. Welcome. What is up, Amoritas? Great to see you guys again. As always. Hey, watching. Thank you for a thumbs up. They keep piling up. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. Interesting week in wrestling, wouldn't you say? Because I think there's a lot of non-mainstream main roster news, and I think we have a lot of things to talk about in terms of what's been going on. Nice haircut, Dave. Thank you for noticing. It was shorter than I asked. So, what is up? Okay, so everyone's coming in now. All right, so guys, let's start by talking about it. Now, this is what I put down there in the header, but as you know, we can talk about a lot of other things. And I was also wondering about possibly starting a new feature for the Friday live stream show. A certain someone is broken. Yes, why didn't I put that in the title? Oh, man. Yeah, let me see if I can fix that. I totally dogged that one. Yeah, let me see if I can fix that. Good point. Let's just work on that right now. Okay. We're back. I think we're on. Hold on. So, okay. Fix that. Everything okay? Hey, Jenna, what's going on? So someone is broken yet again. Hello, Jace. Hi there, Wrestling Yoda. His sleeve is all messed up. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, there you go. Thank you for that, Amoritas. I definitely should have put that in the title. And all good. Okay, so everyone's fine. And thank you for the thumbs up right away. You guys are great. Okay, so I wanted to start testing out. I was thinking about possibly starting out something new. I'll see how this. Hey, I mean, today and he's doing good. I'm glad he's doing good. He will be in the hospital 5 to 7 days tops. That's good, just to make sure they can keep an eye on him. Cat sitting for my dad and stepmom. Well, that's very nice of you, Amy, to cat sit. And I'm glad he's doing okay. Wish him the best of luck. Can't wait till he's back, but stay cautious. So yeah, be out in no time. Good. So get well soon there. Get well soon, Amy Moore's dad. And very nice of you to take care of the cat. I'm currently watching TNA in the UK. TNA in the UK! Nice. Anarchy in the UK. All right, so let's start talking about some of the things that we're going to get going. And as I said, hey, Terrell. And as I said, I want to start a new feature today. Test it out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it from now on, but I was thinking about starting a new segment just for Friday show. Since I've been doing a few more live streams, I was thinking about starting a feature. I was thinking about calling it Real Fake or Fake Real, where we talk about several things that have happened throughout the week, and we talk about it. Was this a really good example of, we know it's fake, but we buy it as real and it feels real, or is it just really fake looking and it's one of those things that people will point at and say, that's why I don't watch wrestling, because wrestling's fake, and we're like, ah. So I was thinking about starting that feature. What do you guys think? If you want to do the fake real, real fake, and I'll ask you guys, and we'll weigh it out, and I'll count the votes, and we'll see, at the end of the section, we'll see what happens. Yes, he is, Terrell. Yes, he is. So, what do you guys think about this real fake, real fake, fake real segment? Yeah? You guys liking it? You want to try it out? You guys let me know. Okay, is my connection crappy? My screen is frozen and extremely unflattering, Dave's face. My screen is not frozen, and I think I look the same as I always do. Yes. Okay, I'll wait till we get a couple more couple more answers in. But, yeah, I'm seeing it just fine now, so I don't know if it's just you or anyone else, but my screen is not frozen. Oh, yes, I love it. Oh, Amy's down? Mine's laggy too. See, my screen, because I'm watching it, I'm also watching it on a different screen than I'm broadcasting from. And my screen that I watch, my computer that I'm just watching the show from, it looks fine. So, Amy Moore, I hope you're dead as well. Yes. All right. Yeah, Moore Remus, you're the man. I thought for a moment you were going to say that your dad beat up Triple H when I thought you said my dad. I bet Amy's dad could beat up Triple H. Let's do it, Dave. Okay. All right, we're down for talks. Okay. All right. Well, the first thing, well, and it's tied into the. Okay, I'm back. Hey, for real, Dave. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So, thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Thank you for the likes, and so everyone here. Well, let's test out this brand new section, real fake or fake real, and we'll ask you guys what's going on, and we'll get the weigh in because there's definitely things Hey, Dave. I'm here. Brave voice. What is up, Tyler? Okay, so here we are. We're going to start talking about. So the segment is real fake or fake real. I'm going to tell you about something, and we're going to get a couple of votes and see if this is a great example of pro wrestling when it feels real, even though it's not, or if it's a perfect example of really bad, crappy, fake-looking nonsense. So we're going to get there. Now, the first one, it's right there in the title. I definitely wanted to talk about it because I think it's big. And since, as you've seen me on Wrestling with Regret, I am something of a Zack Ryder expert, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley. Now, the seeds of their breakup have been planted for quite some time, and we have seen that Mojo Rawley, after winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which has not really been that big of a stepping stone in anyone's career, with the exception of maybe Baron Corbin, we have seen some seeds sowing in that their team was going to split up, that the Hype Bros would eventually be no more. Mojo Rawley has voiced his displeasure about not being able to win, and Zack Ryder playing the lovable victim as always. Now, we've been seeing this coming for a while, but this Tuesday, it finally happened, and happened quite abruptly. So, the question is to you guys, and while some people might be rejoiced that it finally has happened, did it happen in the right way? Has all the seeds been planted? Did it happen finally and overdue, or was it just out of nowhere and poorly planned out? Even though the seeds were sprinkled through, maybe they didn't execute it in the best possible way. Did it come across as believable that Mojo Rawley would turn on his friend Zack Ryder and fellow Hype Bro? That's the question. What's the verdict from you guys? Let's count up who gets the. We'll see what gets the 5 first. First to 5 wins. Vote. Real fake, as in it's really fake looking, or fake real, as in you believe it. So, first to 5 gets the win. Real fake or fake real? Let's see what you guys got. Cast your votes now. Harry Flynn like Justice League, by the way. All right, wait. Real fake 1. Real fake 2. Believed it. Fake real 1. Team should have been called the Job Bros. Real fake 3. Believed it. Fake real 2. All right, just a couple of more votes. 19 people watching for real fake, fake real. Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder splitting up. Did they split them up in a good way that was believable? Oh, fake real. Tied 3 and 3. 3 people saying it was believable, and other people saying it was totally fake seeming. Fake real 4. Fake real 4. Okay, score is fake real 4, real fake 3. Fake real 5. 5 people, first to 5 wins, fake real. Hey, Angel. 5 people agreed that fake real is the verdict for Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley splitting up. Believe it, Zack will be the genetic. Oh, that is true. The more talented individual who doesn't get as much credit. So far, I'm in agreement. I think Zack would turn. You thought Zack would turn, Tyler? Okay, Amy. I think it's 50-50 both. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's why I wanted to do this one, because I wasn't sure about it. It kind of part yes, part no, believable. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying you're believable. Okay. All right, now, sir, voicing the case. Now, because I can make the case both ways. I hear you. Thank you for noticing me. Senpai, you acknowledge my existence. Dave knows my existence. Of course I know your existence. A lot of people know your existence, I'm sure. So, Diaz, I think Ryder's career is done. It seemed to look that way. And after I saw his big WrestleMania Intercontinental moment at WrestleMania Live, I really thought it wouldn't be. But I was wrong. And of course, me and Brian Zane on Wrestling with Regret, we're trying to get people to notice him a little more because, you know, I was on Wrestling with Regret. I feel I don't plug myself about that enough. Okay, so Zack Ryder's career is done, you say. All right, well, sadly, that might be the case. You know, he's not over the hill by any stretch of the imagination. It's just WWE clearly doesn't know what to do with him, and clearly, I also think WWE has a vendetta against guys who actually, you know, strike out and make it on their own. And I believe it was Kurt Hawkins who said that they tell you reach for that brass ring, but if you do, they'll shoot you down. You have to be hand chosen. And you know, another example, I can't stress this enough how much I'm aggravated at the Finn Balor situation where Vince McMahon says he doesn't believe that Finn Balor's over enough. Well, Roman Reigns wasn't over, and you kept pushing him, so that's obviously a cop-out, cheap answer. Well, it makes sense. It's not exactly great. I've been good, Angel. How about you? I think Ryder could be huge outside of WWE, and is the case for a lot of guys. And the thing I would want to do with Zack Ryder, though, it would be interesting if, because as far as I know, Zack Ryder doesn't have, I don't know if he's married or has kids or anything holding him down, but if not, he could definitely go out to, I mean, he does have his dad who's like, you know, pretty jacked for an old dude, from his YouTube channel, pretty strong, muscular guy. But anyway, if Zack Ryder went to New Japan, let's say, because I think without having any family to tie you down, I think it makes your New Japan career a little more possible and a little more easygoing. I think I would really like to see him go against the Bullet Club, you know, because I can't see Zack Ryder. I don't want Zack Ryder bad. I like him being good. Plug it, Dave, because I'm here. All right, talkie teacher. Thinking about how depressing War Games. Well, it's the WWF, so what do you? Johnny Wrestling, yeah. Watch Breaking Ground, then you seen it was done when they paired with. Oh, look, I'm not a fan of Mojo Rawley, and I find him annoying, and I'm hoping with his heel turn he'll calm down. And I do also know that WWE has some weird thing about energy, like guys with a lot of energy, even if they only have it for short bursts, they tend to love that. They love a guy who's like exploding with energy, Ultimate Warrior. You know, for example, you know, those things are, it's just something that we know they do. Reach the dot on NXT debut. Oh, don't worry, we'll get to that. So that's something they seem to like. So it seems very clear that Mojo Rawley was at least earmarked to be noticed a little more. And when he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, while that doesn't really mean much, still, it's not really all that surprise. Thoughts on the AJ Brock Lesnar match? I thought it was a really good match. I liked it a lot. And I mean Ryder. Oh, okay. I think you should go for the NWA heavyweight title. Well, NWA, if they play their cards right, they might be able to scoop a lot of decent talent and really turn something out. I mean, I think we saw from What Culture Pro Wrestling, you know, Defiant Wrestling, that it's possible, and you can amass some top talent. What Culture Wrestling, starting from as a YouTube channel, really put things out there to show you what you're capable of. And now with the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes with their 10,000 seat arena, which we might talk about a little later, that's also there too. I want Evan Bourne versus Neville. That would be a good one. Yeah, I'd like that too. We're seeing that there are plenty of alternatives outside of WWE, and according to Austin Aries, he's doing better outside of WWE than he was in the company financially. So seeing that, I think we have a lot of prospects for the future. Okay, so you guys like the breakup of AJ and Zack, it seems. All right, so it seems it was a close match, but it seems like you guys definitely dug the fall. Thought the turn was good. So okay, that's cool. And can't wait. And let's find out what happens next week. Let's find out. Oh, and that's the other thing. I'm not sure if some of you guys saw the fallout of SmackDown, but there was a brief flirtation with La Familia reuniting with Zack Ryder, Curtis Hawkins, and Edge. With a beard, talking in the back. Maybe that's going somewhere, so maybe this is part of Zack Ryder push as well. That scares me too, just because I don't like the idea of Zack Ryder going from a tag team being with one jobber going to a tag team with another jobber. I don't really think that helps much, but possibly. If marketed right, the NWA can be a threat. Saul, that's an interesting point. However, there has been an interview. Hey, Cade, what is going on? Xavier Woods is in the room. Songify this. Saul, that's a very Seth versus Brock at Royal Rumble. What do you think? Well, okay, we'll get to that momentarily. Saul, here's the thing. According to one interview that I heard with Jim Cornette, the thing about it is, in 1998, I believe, if I remember correctly, the NWA had to sign a deal with the WWF when the NWA title was on the WWF. And according to that deal, and it's still in place now, allegedly, the way I heard it is that WWF still technically owns the rights to the NWA. And at any point in time, they can have the NWA Championship, NWA Champion, and NWA logos and paraphernalia on their show because they technically own it. So the thing is, if I'm remembering that interview correctly, which I'm pretty sure that I am, and if that interview is legitimate, if they did become a threat, WWF would just absorb them without even having to try. So it's an interesting out there. It's an interesting interview out there, and just something WWF has never enacted, but they're totally in their rights to do so. Okay, so next. Okay, so Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Now, this will be interesting because we've seen variations of this match before. I'm not really needing it to happen again, especially since the Shield, it's putting the Shield in a weird place if they're all branching out for singles gold and, changing the dynamic. Although Seth being the world champion while Dean and Roman are playing the mid card, is more akin to what they were doing in NXT. So that would be a nice throwback. On the same hand, when we talk about Finn Balor versus Brock, I disagree. I so much disagree with the philosophy that Vince McMahon purportedly has been saying, is that Finn Balor's not over enough. Because yet again, you kept pushing Roman Reigns, you kept pushing Cena, regardless of how over they were or not. Finn Balor, if I remember correctly, it was a Twitter poll over who do people want to see most, and Finn Balor by far won the voting. Finn Balor's over. Whether he wants to admit it or not, fine. He's not a super big guy, and you're a little upset that you gave him the Universal title, and then he got hurt. Fine. I get it, Vince. You're butthurt. But the reality is, don't pretend like you give the people the spots because they earned it, because they're over, because you don't. You cherry pick. That's all there is to it. What works in your head is all you care about. You're citizen caning, and that's it. But with that being said, it's still going to the case where everyone's just being fed to Brock before he eventually gets to Roman and lays down for Roman at Mania. I don't care. So as a result, I'm not in love with the idea of Finn going up to get fed to Brock. Same thing like Braun Strowman. Did I want to see Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar? Yes. Did I want to see Braun Strowman take that title? Yes. Did I think it was going to happen? No. So as a result, I didn't want to see this. Could Samoa Joe get fed to Brock? I thought so. I thought that would have been fine. Did I want to see Braun's momentum stifled? No. Do I want to see Finn's? Absolutely not. Seth, fine. If he was just another layup for Brock until WrestleMania, first of all, it'd be great if they just don't go ahead with that plan and they just don't do that WrestleMania thing and Brock loses the title before then. That'd be nice. But going ahead, if that's a certainty, I don't want to see Finn lose. I don't want to see Brock just eat him alive. There are other wrestlers I want to see Brock chew through as a chew toy for no reason. Hey, Ablo, what is up, Ablo Show? And Finn Balor's not one of them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Angel. I'm with you on that. Huge problem with many of the current guys who work for WWE is that they can never see beyond Stanford. Absolutely. I could not agree more. But Harry, I will say that I do think Brock versus Balor would be a good match. Just, I might not be happy about the outcome, but I think it would be a good match, as long as they allow that to be a match and not a squash. Thus, the universe should make their voice heard. I mean, we're heard. They just don't care. They just don't care. They don't care whatsoever. If they did, they would make sure that Stephanie never saw TV ever again. All these little kids dressed up like Damien and not over. Yes, seriously. Yo, Dave, I can't stay because I don't want to use up all my day. I totally understand. I got to go and feed Millie the cat, and cook somewhere right. Well, you do that. Take care. Thank you for stopping by, Amy. And yet again, best wishes. Get well soon to your dad as well. And keep up the good work. Thanks for coming by. the match needs to be built well. Yes, it does. Although I could not agree more. Whether or not that happens, different story. Oh, thank you for the good thumbs up, guys. So yes, I agree to that as well. Okay, so that's my thoughts on the whole Brock Lesnar thing. And yeah, the AJ Styles match was really good. And at this point, I think the match was good enough that they built it to a point that if, for whatever reason, it happens again, AJ Styles goes against Brock, I think it was built where AJ Styles could go against Brock and win. And I think that would be a satisfying story, something we would want to see. And it'd be nice if it happened at WrestleMania. You know, it would be nice if AJ, I mean, AJ's got the gold right now, but it would be nice if AJ won the Royal Rumble and then went over to face Brock. I guess that's not happening, but it would be interesting. Hey Dave, I'm new to your channel. Well, welcome Inner Shadow 1995, and I love your content. Thank you so much. Thank you. How do you think they'll handle Broken Matt? Interesting question. Well, the thing is, I'm on the fence. If the story goes where WWE wants woken Matt Hardy instead of broken Matt Hardy, and they're just going to use this broken gimmick, but they just want something they can earn, they can own themselves, which is, as is tradition, par for the course for WWE, it's already beginning to lose some steam. Especially if Matt wants to take his gimmick elsewhere and finds out he can't because the woken thing and WWE lawyers stuck their hands in. So I hope they don't do that. I hope if they get broken and they want to use broken, which it seems they are, and I guess I should have talked about this since I put it in the subject line, they need to let Matt Hardy just be broken, own his gimmick, do whatever he wants, go crazy, let him keep the rights, just deal with it and let him go and let him do his own thing. I am nervous, but WWE hasn't really fought this hard or made a big enough stink about an independent or outside property gimmick like this in a really long time. Like Bobby Roode, yeah, his name is still Bobby Roode, but he's pretty different than TNA Bobby Roode. You know, he's a little more pageantry. You know, he's got the song and everything like that. So a lot, you know, Nakamura's fairly the same, but for the most part, they haven't really fostered an outside gimmick to the way they wanted Broken Matt as much. And the timing also works well with Jeff being injured, unfortunately. If Finn gets built like, that outcome wouldn't matter as much. Yeah, that's a good point, Ablo, that if Finn looks good in the match, the outcome wouldn't be as bad and detrimental. But Finn's also been getting squashed by like Kane and everybody, so he hasn't been doing all that well already. Well, like I said, they won't Matt to own it. Well, like you said, they won't let Matt earn it. That's the problem. Finn needs to change and learn that we cannot trademark everything. Yes, and let Matt Hardy. Yeah, seriously, for the best of the business, for the interest of fairness, for being cool with the people, you know, just let creative freedom fly. Vince still has it in his head, and Vince is definitely a guy who has done a lot for the industry, and Vince takes it as a personal challenge when people say he's too old and he's lost his way. And I'm not even going to say he's too old, but I am going to say that he needs to understand, and Paulie had the same problem, except Paulie wound up driving ECW into the ground, is that you need to let someone else have the range. You can't do everything by yourself. Sometimes you don't need to understand why something works. You just need to know that it does. You don't need to understand why Finn Balor's over. Just know from the polls out there and from the people's reactions, he is over. So nurture that. You just need to know. Oh, and Broken Hardy and Finn Balor. Oh, I would love to see that. As well as Bray Wyatt and Broken Matt Hardy. And also, Matt Hardy, Broken Matt Hardy, you may not get it, you may not own it, but let it be because it's working the way it is. And sometimes the best thing you can do for it is just to stay out of it. Apparently, Impact said that they can use it as well. Yes, as any former wrestlers can use anything they've done during their time there. Yes, I heard that as well. Okay, so name the one thing Vince has done. The one thing? I don't know, WrestleMania? You make the argument that Triple H was responsible for the network, but, you know, he did Vince okay the network? The Undertaker? You know, $1 Million Man gimmick? The Hulk Hogan gimmick? Not all of Hogan, I'm just saying you helped. Paul had a bigger bad mouth than Vince. That's one reason ECW got burned to the ground. Look, yeah, there are a lot of we miss you, ECW, but there are a lot of things about ECW that went a different way, and they are very different. I'm just pointing out that the head guy can't always shun other people's help or other people's ideas. You have to allow other people. Many hands make light work. Two heads are better than one. You need to allow new ideas there. And when the fans are screaming for something like woo 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 Zack Ryder, let them have it. You know, they're lobbing it up for you. They're just giving it to you on a silver platter. So all you got to do is take it. You don't have to be butthurt that you didn't make it, or you know, you don't control it. You can't take things like that. You have to see these gifts when they've been given to you and go with it. Yeah, where's that UK division? Well overdue. Allegedly, the reason it's been stalled is because of financial setbacks this year. They're not doing as well as they projected. However, there were also reports of them claiming that this is their best fiscal year. So it's also confusing to me how they could have their best year and also a bad year. But some are saying they just didn't reach the goal that they were projected to make. And while they did very well, they were expecting a little more, so they're just cutting back. So that's why the UK show is not here right now. Although it's not been canceled, it's just delayed. That's allegedly what they say. That's what I heard. Vince wants to seem like a genius, so when he doesn't understand that the gimmick is stupid. Oh yeah, absolutely. And then he doesn't push it, and then when it doesn't get over, he says, "See, it's not over. I told you." Thoughts on Kenny versus Y2J? I was saying this before elsewhere that I thought it would be pretty interesting if Wrestle Kingdom see. Here's the thing: Roman Reigns, WrestleMania main event, WrestleMania main event, WrestleMania main event. We get Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho main event. Okada, Kenny Omega. Whether you think it's 6 stars or not, but it was Dave Meltzer 6-star match. Kenny Omega versus Okada, and also years ago, Tanahashi versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the main event for the Intercontinental title because the fans voted it so. If we're seeing the fans being catered to by New Japan, and if their main events consistently get more attention than the WWE's WrestleMania main events for Wrestle Kingdom, that's not good. Whether it changes WWE's opinion or where they wake up, where they get woken or not the point. The reality is, if Wrestle Kingdom is constantly putting on bigger, better main events, and if enough people are acknowledging it, I really want to know, what does that say about WrestleMania and the state of WrestleMania when they keep putting this guy Roman Reigns, who people don't care about, in their forefront? And if they're that I just want to know about. I just want to know, what does it say about WrestleMania? What does it say about the legacy of WrestleMania? And what does it say about Vince McMahon and his ability to understand things? That's what I would like to know. I think the whole UK division was designed as an excuse to keep English wrestlers from reaching for other companies. In a way, yes, but I hear you on that one. But because of the UK thing, from what I was told, is they were not restricted from going out. But yes, it does seem very suspicious. I think that too. Their global domination. Do you ever see a wrestle something? Dave, do you think Roman Reigns... what do you think of Roman Reigns being IC champ? The reason I asked, I don't mind it, but the same thing happened like the U.S. title, right? Well, if he defends the belt more, because he never defended that U.S. belt, it's better. Do I think he deserves it? Absolutely not. And I think there are plenty of people, and I got a negative comment last time I said this, because I don't like him, I think he doesn't deserve it. Fine. And for that one person, I will clarify. It's not that I think because I don't like him, I think he doesn't deserve it. I think he doesn't deserve it because how many belts are you going to give this guy? He's consistent. Every year he has had some form of gold, consistently. And when he doesn't defend it, that's also not great either. So, and the reason I say this is because you have other guys who the fans who are more over. And yeah, he was over on Monday. I'm not gonna deny that. I'm surprised it was that easy. But yeah, there's been a list of guys who haven't been getting pushed, who a mid-card title run would be all right by them. Cesaro hasn't had singles gold since 2012. What is that about? Fine, he's had tag team titles, but Finn Balor, since his injury, hasn't had any singles gold on the main roster. So Mojo, 0 singles gold on the main roster. And Seth Rollins, it's been a long time since he's won a title. So on and so forth, and so on and so forth. And I could keep going. There are plenty of guys out there who could definitely benefit from having that Intercontinental strap, and have put in the time. Zack Ryder had it for one day. Whatever you think, whatever, you can share the wealth, is my point. So Roman Reigns winning that Intercontinental title now, I don't think now is a good time for him, because what's the point? He doesn't need it. Him getting over was a result of the Shield. I don't think it was because of the belt. And especially if you still have him bookmarked for that WrestleMania win against Brock, Giving the IC belt now doesn't change anything. It doesn't make him more of a threat. He's already Superman through everything, and he's going to get that belt. So why bother? Why bother? Vince cares about his ego more than the money, and more than the fans, in my opinion. Dream match, Dave. Dream WrestleMania match, Dave versus versus Brain. Bobby the Brain or like Pinky the Brain? I think they just need more veterans on 205 Live, even one-off appearances by someone like Gregory Helms, or even a non-cruiserweight like Rob Van Dam will really help the show get time. For me, okay, some wrestlers need the title and others don't. Roman doesn't need the title, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. WrestleMania won't be treated the same next year. It won't fail. It just won't feel the same. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing. We kind of got in this loop where we just go to WrestleMania anyway. I'm trying to go to WrestleMania this year myself, even though I don't even know why, and just as a general principle. Vince, okay. Rey Mysterio should come back. Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. Rey Mysterio being in 205 Live would definitely be nice. I did hear that Rey Mysterio kind of doesn't want to be labeled as a cruiserweight anymore, but fine. Nakamura has no title. Yes, that's a crime. Yeah, oh yeah, that's another good one, Outlaw. So there will never be WrestleMania in Canada again. There should be. There should be. There should be. And if it was around like a certain area, I might have to go to that on general principle. Now, so the thing about it is, 205 Live, I've got a lot of issues, and it's been a while, and I haven't really talked about it, but my number one thing about why I like the Cruiserweight Tournament was there was no storylines, it was just wrestling. It was a pure wrestling show. It was something different. They're trying to make the Cruiserweight division too much like Raw. It's like a watered-down version of Raw, and we know it. They have their micro storylines, but they don't have any divisions to really foster around it. It started getting a little more prevalent because of Enzo, because that was a step closer into actually being Raw instead of being watered down Raw. And while, yeah, that formula is proving to be slightly effective, and if you put Rey Mysterio in, yes, of course it will be effective. But it's just a shot in the arm. It's just a little quick fix. It's a Band-Aid. It's not a permanent thing. Sooner or later, people are going to get tired of Enzo, if not already, and people would get tired of Rey Mysterio, or he would have to leave, soon thereafter. To make 205 Live bankable, worth the investment and time that they've been carried out, it should be independent from SmackDown Raw. Like, it shouldn't be on Raw. It shouldn't be connected to SmackDown and after when people are tired and don't care. It should be its own thing. And that way, just like the Cruiserweight Tournament, people want to see it, will see it. Because the downside is Vince McMahon believes or treats Cruiserweights like they're just lesser versions of main roster wrestlers. And if you treat them like lesser versions, they're going to be lesser versions. And they're also treating the show like lesser versions. The Cruiserweight Tournament was great because, as Daniel Bryan put it, there's nothing other than weight. There's no Cruiserweight style. A Cruiserweight is just someone below a weight class. But you can have guys who are brawlers. You can have guys who are high flyers. You can have guys who are submission mat technicians and artists. You can have all those kinds of things. And that's what 205 Live failed to do that the tournament did. The tournament was just about wrestling, and it was an alternative. It's the same thing like NXT. NXT is a big alternative to the main roster, and it's why so many people like it. So if you just gave people something different, we would like it. Same thing with the UK tournament and the UK show. When, or if it ever comes around, it shouldn't try to be like Raw. It should just be its own thing. It should be all the glory that is British wrestling and be its own individual program. And the fact that it's going to happen overseas and be separated from the main roster, I think would also be good too. So that's what I'm looking for, is that 205 Live, well, those things would work, and I would be very excited to see Rey Mysterio come back. I'm just saying 205 Live needs to stand on its own. That's what I think. Little guys with charisma. 205 Live needs more characters with charisma. Look at Enzo and Neville, Austin Aries, and maybe AJ Styles. Well, that's my thing. It's like, if they keep looking for these guys with all this charisma, I just want guys who are technicians. Don't talk, no live promos, no good guys and bad guys, really, no heels and faces, no big, obvious heels and faces. None of that typical WWE stuff. Just look at these guys have their backstage vignettes about them wanting to be the best or wanting them to win, and then show them going out there putting competitive matches. And I wouldn't even mind it if they don't do the typical WWE formula, because at this point, it's just rotating. Almost everybody gets a shot at that Cruiserweight title. Make it hungry. Like, have a checklist. Have, ranking system. Do something different. Have continual round-robin tournaments over and over again. Like the G1, have like the G1 or something. Maybe that's how you determine number one contender. And just have them one after another after another. I don't know, but you have an opportunity to do something different. And that's what people want. Do something different. You already have that WWE main roster style thing on lock between two shows. Give people something something else. That way you can really branch out and reach different parts of your market of things that people will like. 205 Live could be like an indie show for the WWE. NXT is like indie wrestling for WWE. It's just WWE indie wrestling, and you could have more of that with 205 Live, just in a different way. Are they going to bring back the Undertaker? If so, it should be the Perry Enzo alive. Well, that would be surprising. Does anyone think Ring of Honor and the Bullet Club will prove Meltzer wrong about the 10,000 ticket show potential release of you? I don't think Leo Rush is being released. He wrestled for NXT not that long ago. Hey, welcome, Mighty Martinez. I'm very certain that the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes are going to sell out that 10,000. Going to sell 10,000 tickets. I'm very sure they're going to do that. And also, if they get Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, which both are long shots, but if they succeed in doing that, they will definitely sell out 10,000 seats easily, if not more. But even without both of the CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, I'm pretty sure they're going to do it. I think Ring of Honor could fill 10,000K arena, though. I hope you don't think they will. Ring. I'm very certain they will. Don't jinx it. I think they got it. I'm like 90% sure they got it. And I think this is great marketing because I think the hype behind it is what's going to get them there. Is the fact that by doing it, it's kind of an FU back to the WWF or anybody who's like downing these guys. And that will get people going, especially if they pick the right area. I've been to a Ring of Honor show, and I don't know about 10,000, but we had a lot of seats in a baseball stadium. We were doing pretty good. It's just, I think they got that. I think they could do it if the hype goes there, and I think this is all great marketing, great publicity to get their name out there. And if they clutch Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, they definitely have it. Without them, I think they can too, especially the way they've been hyping things up. And so I think a lot of fans, this is their opportunity to give a big, like I said, a big FU to WWE for the Roman Reigns thing over and over again until it finally works. The things that people have been sick and tired of that we just don't want, part-timers with belts, to shut those guys up, Ring of Honor, as just a personal spite thing, I think 10,000 is not too much for people who want to spite them. Dave, are you glad that Broken Matt Hardy is back? Because without that, Matt Hardy was bland. I think without Jeff and without Broken, Matt Hardy was bland. I think this is, because he's injured, this is the best thing that Matt Hardy has right now. Cody Rhodes versus Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega versus CM Punk would be good. That would sell 10,000. That would sell beyond 10,000 easily. Cody will prove that he is the most lucrative champion. Yeah, he might just do that. He might. Yeah, I hear you on that one, Albo. Tajiri should come back today. WWE. He was only. Yeah, he still can move, but I will admit he is missing a step from the 205 the cruiserweight tournament. He did kind of miss. He is missing a step. UK show would really be an example. English wrestler saying to another, "Your mom." Another replying, "Right, we're having a match tonight." Right, we're having a match tonight. That's terrible. Dave, what's up, Arthur? Okay, so the next thing in the subject line that I should talk about, the NXT title scene. I think is perked up, gotten pretty interesting, right? I'm totally down to talk about this. Spoilers ahead. If you don't want to know what's happened at NXT tapings, I don't know if you guys tune out, but when you see me do the time, this is timing out. Spoiler warnings. Come back when you see me time back in. When I do this motion again, come back. Adam Cole, baby. Okay, so here's the thing. NXT and the Undisputed Era. Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, they took the tag straps off of Sanity and are your tag champs now. And this sets up Adam Cole to just everyone is suspecting that maybe there's going to be a bad guy, a new faction, a new dynasty, a new bad guy team that's going to dominate all the belts in NXT, something we haven't seen. The Wyatts didn't do it, the Shield didn't do it. What if the Undisputed Era is the team to do it? Enzo getting his head kicked off by Otani. So what if the Undisputed Era is the team to do it? It's setting Adam Cole up in a big position, especially seeing the fact that I've been worried about how Adam Cole would be treated ever since he got there, ever since he was signed. Adam Cole, baby. And here's the other thing, though. But what also makes this interesting, and tying back in, so we talked about the tag belts, but talking about Adam Cole, now he's in a prime position now, and a lot of eyes are going to be on him, especially after the War Games win. But Johnny Gargano is now getting a title shot against Andrade Cien Almas. I think I said the name okay today. for the title, and they've been having a feud where Cien Almas has been getting the better of Johnny Gargano. Now, here's my thing. I think we know he's getting that shot, and Johnny Wrestling, I'm glad is getting it. But we've also been talking about, what about Roderick Strong, who I've been saying I thought was going to get that NXT strap a long time ago, and yet several other guys have gotten that belt before him. And yet again, what about Aleister Black? Aleister Black, fantastic match with the Velveteen Dream. Aleister Black, very over, very big star, and why not talk about the Velveteen Dream too? NXT has gone through hills and waves, and for a while it seemed like they had the champ and then, the other guy. But now we're in a position where I think they have multiple people who are ready for the main event and who are very, very good contenders for the NXT title. For a while it was Joe and Nakamura and Rude and blank, and that's how it was going. Now we're in a different story. So I think it's crazy. So who do you guys think is going to be that guy? Dave, if you had $50,000 budget to hire some independent free agent wrestling stars, who would you book in your show to make it profitable? Would you hire Hulk Hogan for a meet and greet? Good question. I'd hire Hogan in that Ring of Honor show for signing autographs and to lure in casual fans. I have to say I would, depending on how much of that $50,000 budget it would eat up. And I would also want to know how my staff, the wrestlers that I have employed, feel about that. If they're uncomfortable with Hogan or not, if they want to forgive Hogan, how they feel about Hogan. I would be interested to know that too. That would also be a factor. Who would I hire? First one off the top of my head would be Ricochet, because I'm a big Ricochet fan, and while he's still independent, he would definitely be somebody I'd pick as an independent. That would be my answer. I sense the WWE locker room will want to reenact the scene from Office Space with the multi-printer on Enzo. I think Aleister Black gimmick, it reminds me of Monday Anarchy. Yeah. Why, Finn? I would book myself. Speaking of which, where's the Train? I would book Train. Yeah, Train. Oliver, I would book him. I give a percentage. I then a percentage of the gate. Hey, Dave, what up? What up, Member Pig? What have I missed so far? Oh, we were just talking about, right now, we tried a new feature, Real Fake or Fake Real. We talked about Broken Matt Hardy, and is he obsolete or not? And is he going to be woken instead? Mojo Rawley and the Zack Ryder split up. Was it real fake or was it fake real? The verdict was, it was totally believable and people liked it. And now we're talking about the NXT scene, and I was talking about all the possible candidates they had to be the next NXT champion out there after Andrade's Cien Almas, and see who would be the guy, because I feel there are 5 worthy candidates right now, where NXT hasn't always been so fortunate, in my opinion. Okay. All this talk about Enzo makes me want to see him in it with Black Mass. Adam Cole, baby, next CM Punk. Some people are saying, it's amazing to me how many people compare him to. I think the difference is, I think Punk has a little more charisma than Adam Cole. I think he has a little more of a mind for the business. But I think Adam Cole plays ball a little bit better with the office, which I think is probably a benefit to him. Just seeing that one interview with the Velveteen Dream getting interviewed by that other wrestler, he is forever my guy. Mojo can frickin' act damn. Okay, so here's the thing, and here's what makes NXT, and it's almost what's making NXT the most interesting it could possibly be, is that if Johnny Gargano takes it off of Cien Almas, and Ciampa comes back, we could have that feud for the title, and let's be real here, that feud doesn't need to have the NXT title on the line, but it would be great, and it's probably the only chance those two have putting a title on the line, unless it's a Cruiserweight title. Because we're not really, main roster, we're not going to see it for the WWE World title. It'd be nice if we could, but it ain't going to happen. At least I don't think it will. Even the Intercontinental title would be a stretch to have those two fighting over it. So that would be nice. However, you could also see Ciampa coming back to cost Gargano the title. That could also happen too. And it would be the next step in the evolution of where Cien Almas and Gargano's feud could go. He's already been playing the mind games. What if Ciampa himself makes it? It's the next logical place for it to go. Then, on the other side, like I said, Aleister Black seems like he's been primed and ready to take this belt. I thought he was going to take it off of... I thought he was taking. I thought for a while he was taking off of Bobby Roode, and then I thought he was taking off of Drew McIntyre. So I guess I got to think he's taking off of. I think he's got to take it off of Cien Almas, and he's pretty over. People like him a lot, but also on that, he had a fantastic, especially after that fantastic match he had with Velveteen Dream. And Velveteen Dream may not be conventional, but I think after that match as well, he deserves a place in the running. And remember, a very early champion in NXT, Bo Dallas, that gimmick wasn't mainstream, it wasn't traditional, but Bo Dallas won that NXT title. And this could be a great opportunity for NXT to get back to its roots, to start awarding people who are different and not necessarily like everybody else. You know, where we had Neville with the NXT title, we had Sami Zayn, Bo Dallas. You know, these guys who have not been treated all that well on the main roster, but definitely were main event guys in NXT. So I think Velveteen Dream fits that role, and he's doing very well at it. So I think he could have the belt, for sure. Hey Dave, what's up, Brock Lesnar? Just arrived, what I missed. We're just talking about the possible candidates of who could take the NXT title next, since I think the NXT scene has gotten really cool right now. To be honest, Ryder was over in 2011. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, I know. Me and Brian Zane talked about it. Yeah, Michael Coons. So I'm gonna. If that's annoying, I'll stop. But I can't help it. I just feel like I don't plug myself on that show enough, or pat myself on the back about being on Wrestling with Regret enough. Velveteen. So I think Velveteen has a chance at being a main event guy, and I think he's almost ready for it now. I don't know what you guys think, but let me know. Do you think it would be a good idea to give NXT the first hour of that 3-hour Raw, the way you get 2 hours of Raw tape? No, I don't. 2 hours of Raw and 1 hour taped NXT show. No, I don't, because I think NXT. Because I think the problem is if NXT goes on to USA, they'll have to morph it to USA corporate standards. I like it being on the network because it's being sought out by people who want to find it. Where if you go on USA, you're trying to get mass appeal, mass appeal. And by doing that, it changes the product. By being a destination, something that people go to and seek out, they can keep it being what it is and just attract people that way. If you're trying to get everybody, it doesn't work as well. Velveteen Dream should tag with Goldust once he hits the main roster. That would be a good one. Lesnar, too early. Too early, you say? Okay, Aldo thinks it's a little too early. I remember Bo Dallas NXT title. Man, I wish I booked that feud with him, with Barrett back in 2013. That way, oh man, I love Wade Barrett. Miss him. Wish he got his due. Still can't believe Velveteen was on Tough Enough. Lesnar, I forgot about that picture. It makes me wonder if Brock Lesnar uses Bane Venom for his show. Bane Venom, but I think he would be a great Venom. I always want, if he could act, but looks-wise, he would be, looks-wise, Brock Lesnar's like my Eddie Brock. I think Eddie Brock Lesnar, I think he'd be the perfect Venom. And I got a hi, Dave. Hi, Dan Burgess. Dave, using my favorite NXT champion, Bo. That's a weird example. I'm just saying, that's what I thought was great about NXT. Unconventional champions, unconventional main eventers. I thought that was great. Some of my other candidates that I was going to talk about. Roderick Strong, I thought he was very, 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 very new. And before Aleister Black, I was saying I thought Roderick Strong was going to get that NXT belt. I was saying he was going to take that belt off of everyone I just mentioned, plus furthermore. So, I thought, and turns out I've been wrong about that. But, he's been kind of coasting. Roderick Strong has been kind of coasting on this level. He had a good following in Ring of Honor. I thought he was pretty good in Ring of Honor. Seen him live in Ring of Honor. I think he's a heck of a performer. Saw him versus Okada live. And I want him to go a little bit further. And I think he can get there. I know they need to book him, but what's great about NXT is it doesn't take a lot of booking. They could get 3 weeks to hype a guy up and get him there if they play their cards right. As long as you have a solid foundation like where Roderick Strong is, I think you give him 3 weeks, a month, you can put him in that main event where all of a sudden it doesn't seem awkward with him having the belt. I say Ryder turning heel would have been better than Mojo. The story is there, 10 years in the company, former US IC Tag Champion, and the company always gave him the shaft. Imagine a heel Ryder shoot promo. I feel you, but Damien Sandow did something like that, and the thing is, it doesn't really play. Zack Ryder is a lovable guy, so I think Zack Ryder is the better victim. So it might be interesting to see him turn heel. I hear you on that one, but I think he's the more sympathetic fall guy. This is what he's done. It's his thing. Problem with Ryder is he's too loved by the fans to be a heel. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of with you, and that's kind of where I'm at, Warhawk Rambo. And hey, what's up, Warhawk Rambo? And thank you for all thumbs up, guys. If Brock Lesnar played winner, he would get Spider-Man in F5. Yeah. Spider Sense would tingle for that. I feel Mojo can go further with this. Yeah, I am interested to see where it goes. That's for sure. Okay, and then so finally, and speaking of Ring of Honor guys who are extremely older, Adam Cole, baby. I think Adam Cole is also on there. Oh, by the way, time in for the spoiler thing. Time in. Zack Ryder's underrated. I agree. He was on my list of underrated. So, and finally, I'm going to say Adam Cole. Adam Cole, after War Games, he's a big possible contender for that NXT title too. Got a lot of popularity, got a lot of charisma. So what do you guys think? Out of the 5 guys I named, who do you think will be the next NXT champion? Or is it somebody else? Give me some ideas. Hey, what's up, Dark Paladin Gaming? Yeah, what do you guys think? Who do you think will be the next NXT champion? Am I late? Yeah, a little bit because I'm going to be ducking out soon. But thank you for coming by. Thank you for the thumbs up. So yeah, what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to be the next? Adam Cole, baby, says Warhawk Rambo. Let's see now. Who can get to 5 first? Let's try this again like we did for Real Fake or Fake Real segment that we opened the show with. Adam Cole, or you got to pick one in there, Shadow. So 1 vote for Adam Cole. I'm not counting your vote until you give me 1 vote. Although a heel turn for Ryder could do for him what Hollywood Hogan persona did for Hulk Hogan. They should bring, but like I look at Sami Zayn. Some guys are just, I think, should just be loved. Zack is actually very exciting when you watch him. Get the chef is weird, but WWE makes it. Oh yeah, that's true. It's just Vince's stubborn mentality. They should bring back Saturday Night Main Event. Yeah, the South Jack Grill watching that. I love that too. Who is the high contender? The Cowboy James Storm. When he finally shows up, I want to see him fight with Bobby Roode. Adam Cole, baby, 2. Aleister Black, 1. Aleister Black, 2. Big question is, will there be one tail IC strap for Reigns? I say Sheamus strap match. Skin. Interesting. Dream, if it's not Aleister Black. Okay, so is that a vote for Aleister Black? Because I'm going to count that as a vote for Black, the way you're saying it. Mojo Rawlings, Zack Ryan, Edge. Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. Okay, good. All right, so 4 votes for Aleister Black, 2 votes for Adam Cole, baby. Anybody else? Vote for Dream if he's a contender. Oh, okay, so I take that back. All right, so fine. Brock Lesnar, I take it back. It's 3 votes for Aleister Black, 2 votes for Adam Cole, 1 vote for Velveteen Dream. All right, there we go. Whoa, okay. So yeah, 3 Black, 3 votes for Aleister Black, 2 votes for Adam Cole, 1 vote for Velveteen Dream. Warhawk Ryder, so dressed like a dark brooding guy, so don't forget Vince loves big sweaty men too much. Adam Cole, baby, 3 apiece. 2 for Velveteen Dream, 3 for Adam Cole, 3 for Aleister Black. Adam Cole, baby, from Jenna, 4. All right, no takers for Roderick Strong or Johnny Gargano. Vote for Bailey. Bailey's gonna hug you. Will you be 1 vote for Roderick Strong? What about just tuning in? What's this about? Next NXT champion, who do you want? First to 5 votes wins. Adam Cole, baby! Bam! Adam Cole, baby, takes it down with 5. Just missed it. We all know Vince. Okay, so Adam Cole, baby, 5. 1 vote for Johnny Wrestling, 1 vote for Roderick Strong, 3 votes for Aleister Black, 2 votes for Velveteen Dream. All right, guys. Adam Cole, baby, seems to be earmarked for the next NXT champion. Oh, Aleister Black. A little too late, but at least you're catching up there. All right. That was fun. I like this. And I like the, and I think the real fake or fake real thing kind of went well. Roderick Black, baby. I sadly been out of the NXT loop. Who's the current champ? Andrade Cien Almas. Come to think about it, I have been out of the wrestling loop for quite a while now. I hear you. Hey Dave, do you watch WrestleMania? I do. I'm a big fan of WrestleMania. I think the mix of people that are listed for #1 contender matches. Dion, that would be too sweet. Okay, guys. So, okay, there you go. Maybe we'll, okay. So Adam Cole, the know-it-alls have voted. Seems Adam Cole, baby, is going. I can't not say that. Is going to be. We think the majority voted for Adam Cole as the most likely to be the next NXT champion. Trent Seven, Killian Dane, Johnny Gargano. Killian Dane did kill it at that War Games. Many different styles and talent. Yeah. All right. So I like that voting. That was a lot of fun. Okay. So what did we learn today? We learned that the majority of you guys, the Dave Knows Wrestling Know-It-Alls, believe that Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder splitting up was fake real. Was believable, and it seemed real, and you liked the way it happened. Then we also talked about Broken Matt Hardy finally coming back. Shared some thoughts about that. Also, a little bit of Finn Balor and where I think the problem is, and as well as the problems with 205 Live, and the fact that Vince is very hypocritical about where he goes. It was a shoot, brother. Alexander Wolf got killed at TakeOver. Yeah, he did. Trent 7 or WCW 7. Here's the thing, man. I like the set. Like, okay, fine. Being the boogeyman kind of thing, scaring little kids and stuff. All right, maybe that was a little odd, but for the most part, I liked the 7 thing. And it was a weird thing, but I thought Goldust to 7, I thought that was all right. I don't hate it like everybody else does. I think people are harsh on that, but that's just me. How shocking was Austin's heel turn at WrestleMania 17 to you? I wasn't shocked. I was disappointed, but I wasn't shocked. But I also had I was with a bunch of people, and some of them, we were kind of arguing. Some people thought it was Vince McMahon going good. Singh Brothers fate. 205 Live. Maybe back to NXT. I hope they turn face and they go back to being the Bollywood Boys. I think that would be best for them, because I never thought they shouldn't. I don't think they should have stopped being the Bollywood Boys. To be honest, Immortal, I can see why. That Dustin comeback at Starrcade was great. All right, guys. Well, that wrapped up the show. Thank you for all thumbs up, guys. Thank you. 19 people here, 19 thumbs up. I like it. That's awesome. I like the Bollywood Boys idea, too. Haha. No, I'm with you, man. You know, they were fun. Nothing wrong with fun. Nothing wrong with having fun. Okay, so, guys, that was it. Great show. Thank you for coming out. Thank you, Know-It-Alls. Great being with you. And let me know about fake, real, fake. If something comes along, feel free to say it on my Twitter, or Dave Lee Wrestle at Twitter, or also in the comments of this, if you want. If something comes up that you want us to discuss about, is it fake real or real fake for next week? And other things that maybe we can talk about next week. Let me know in the comments of this, or once again, don't be afraid to tweet it. And follow me on Twitter and tweet it at the Twitter. Yeah, that. Take it easy, Dave. Take it easy. Michael, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Extra thumbs up. You guys are great. Thank you. And feel free to talk. And I got something else. I'm working on something else. I'm not quite ready to tell you guys about it, but there's going to be some new, another new thing happening. But live long and prosper, or Hulk Rambo, or Vader time. All right, bye. As always, this has been Dave Knows. Thank you yet again so much.